Cathodic Protection Network is a group of people studying the science of corrosion control. Cathodic Protection Network is also a physical network of steel pipelines and facilities that is subject to electrical control of the natural tendency of steel to corrode back to its natural state of iron ore. Pipelines transport water, oil and gas safely, securely and efficiently from source to end users, enabling communities to function. They are the veins and arteries of global society that require protection from the disease of corrosion. Academic science is seeking to understand how the universe functions using the scientific method that requires the acquisition of data and observed evidence. A corrosion scientist must understand energy, that is, a component of the corrosion reaction that is yet to be codified into a logical hypothesis. The websites pipelinecorrosioncontrol.com, pipelinecorrosioncontrol.net and pipelinecorrosioncontrol.co.uk are internet facilities developing synchronously and forming the centre of scientific understanding that is required to control corrosion for the benefit of humanity. A Cathodic Protection Network head office will bring together the people with the skills, control the corrosion that is presently causing pipelines to leak and costing billions of pounds. Academia is struggling at present to find a unified theory of everything from the start of the universe to the present time, because evidence acquired from the James Webb Space Telescope, the Large Hadron Collider and other instruments does not fit with the established hypotheses. We are therefore free to suggest alternative theories that fit with the present observations. Time is a dimension that commands everything because all activity takes time. Every movement is changes occurring during a period of time. An explosion is a sudden expansion that compresses time and changes the state of matter from solid to liquid to gas to plasma in an instant that is out of sync with its surrounding environment. Stephen Hawking's cones of events explains that expansion is an increase in numbers of particles per slice of time. He describes black holes and event horizons as part of space that cannot be seen because nothing passes out of them. He proposes that a collapsing mass has such a pull of gravity that everything is falling towards a singularity. However, if time is expansion, a black hole could be a location that is not expanding. There would be no energy from the Big Bang to expand particles within this location, where actually time has stopped. scientists have invented a method of communication of ideas they call mathematics that is full of approximations to accommodate the lack of certainty in the understanding of evidence. This mathematics uses logic that is written in numbers, ABC characters and Greek characters. They are trying to express ideas that they have, but are trying to maintain their own superiority of thought to sustain their personal incomes. In reality, we have to examine what movement is. It is the change of shape or position of an object in relation to the surrounding objects. Movement itself is facilitated by expansion. Every movement is changes occurring during a period of time. As time increases, so does the universal capacity for change. Living organisms, such as humans, have evolved over millions of years through mutation and extinction, using available energy from the Big Bang, expansion, time. Evolution is movement, and this consumes time, energy, expansion. An explosion is a sudden expansion that compresses time and changes the state of matter from solid to liquid to gas to plasma in an instant that is out of sync with its surrounding environment. Einstein published Special Relativity in 1905. It completely changed scientists' opinions about time, space, energy and motion. At that time there were no computers, relational databases, no space telescopes and no large hadron colliders. Einstein's special relativity is based on two simple ideas. 1. The laws of physics are the same for everyone who moves at a constant speed. If you are sitting still, walking, in a car, driving at a constant speed, or in a spaceship moving smoothly, the laws of physics behave the same. There was no experiment they could do that told them if they were really moving or really still. That was in 1905, but there is now an experiment. They described this phenomenon as inertial frames. I call it slices of time, and is available as photographs, films and video records. These are part of life available to billions of thinking people who question everything. 2. Einstein suggested that the speed of light is always the same for everyone. This is not true, as we now know that the speed of light varies dependent on the media that it is passing through. Einstein thought that matter, how fast the observer moved, light will travel at 299,792,458 meters per second. and that it does not add or subtract the observer's speed. This was the mind bender. It led to everything that was thought to be unusual in relativity, but is proved to be true in computer binary logic. What Einstein's special relativity predicts is one that time slows down the faster you move. He called this time dilation. When using the hypothesis that time is expansion and cones of events is the way to visualize time, we can see that time does not slow down, but activity speeds up, and this creates the illusion of time dilation to the individual observer. If you travel very fast, close to the speed of light, time passes slower for you compared to people at rest. In fact, your personal activity passes faster relative to your environment. You pass through your cones of events quicker, taking less time. Example, you travel in a spaceship near light speed. 1 minute for you could be 10 minutes for someone on Earth. This is an illusion caused by your clock's activity being more sudden than the activity at a different location in the general cones of events. This has been proven with atomic clocks on fast aeroplanes and satellites, and this fits in with Stephen Hawking's cones of events and my own theory that time equals expansion. Fast-moving objects shrink, length contraction. When something moves near light speed, it becomes shorter in the direction of motion, only from the perspective of an outside observer. This is the effect of perspective that is included in time equals expansion. Einstein thought that this does not happen in normal life because we move too slowly to see the effect. But he was incorrect, as every artist understands perspective. I have drawn the distortions of perspective in this picture. It shows the distortions that I produced in a corner of a mural that I did by stretching and bending the picture to make it appear that there is a deeper corner than in fact was present at the time. Mass increases with speed. He called this relative mass. As an object moves faster, the energy consumed by the action of that movement is added to the energy provided by the expansion of the Big Bang, and thus the object acquires more relative weight. As its energy increases, the inertia of that object increases, which makes its resistance to acceleration increase. To reach the speed of light, it would need infinite energy, which is impossible. So nothing with mass can reach the speed of light. A cone of events squashed into an instant is a bang that contains all of the energy in the activities of that cone. To an observer, this is an explosion, a bang, as shown in this picture. You will see that now is on the skin of the expanding ball. 1,000 years ago, now was smaller relative to now. And 1,000,000 years ago was smaller still. And at the Big Bang, everything was in a single instant. That was a singularity. The energy and mass are the same things. E equals mc squared. Einstein's most famous equation. E equals mc squares means energy equals mass times speed squared. An object's speed is the distance travelled per unit of time. A unit of time is a unit of expansion in all directions from every point in the cone of events. A tiny amount of mass contains a huge amount of energy. This explains nuclear power, stars, and the sun's energy. But we now have the means to measure the bang that is in all directions, and not just the time distance squared, but the time distance cubed per slice of time, as seen in this picture. Right up. Now, if you scroll right up, please. Up, no, scrolling down. Up, 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 there. Simulacity is relative. No, simultaneity.
We're going to cut this piece.
No,
Just now you start.
No, this is okay.
No?
No, it's okay because I'm on a run, I'm on a roll. I think people are understanding what I'm saying by now. Simultaneity, that simultaneous, is relative. Two events that happen at the same time for you might not happen at the same time for someone in moving differently because they are in a different location in the general cones of events. This takes a lot of thinking about. You are in your own cone of events and everybody else is in their own cone of events, and their own timeline is running from one event to another in a line. Time is not absolute. Time is expansion. Everyone has their own clock timeline dependent on their motion. This is linear and sequential for each observer. Why special relativity matters? It affects GPS satellites and navigation, particle accelerators, nuclear energy, astrophysics, black holes and space travels. Understanding the universe. Without relativity, GPS would be wrong by kilometres per day. In short, Einstein believed that time and space are not fixed. He believed that they change dependent on motion, and that the speed of light is the absolute limit. He believed that energy and mass are interchangeable and that everyone experiences time differently. This opinion was challenged by many top scientists at the Copenhagen conference, at which quantum mechanics, etc. was postulated. Presently, all of this can be computerized using the model in which time equals expansion, and everything is relative and can be modeled using a relational database. Time is a dimension that commands everything because all activity takes time. Every movement is changes occurring during a period of time. An explosion is a sudden expansion that compresses time and changes the state of matter from solid to liquid to gas to plasma in an instant that is out of sync with its surrounding environment. When we look backward in time, the images appear smaller. Now, looking at a day ago, we see smaller, and 2 days ago, smaller and smaller and smaller. We know this because we relate time to distance, the distance travelled by the light which is reaching our brain. Telescopes are instruments that magnify images. They are made of materials that allow photons to pass through but change the direction of each photon through refraction. The human eye consists of a flexible lens, a transparent gel, and a black concave surface with light-sensitive nerve endings that carry electronic signals to the brain that records images in the person's memory. This takes time, that is expansion, at the rate of the cone of events through which that individual is living. Time starts immediately after an explosion, at the apex of another cone of events. This picture is a view of a cone of events in general relativity, not that perceived by an individual observed who is experienced linear sequential time. The energy released at this point causes particles and the space between them to move away from each other during slices of time. Slices of time can be recorded as photographs that are the result of chemical reaction to photons. I discussed this with a very heavy, very clever scientist called Ella Dobish. We spent hours exchanging and blending our knowledge relating to energy, corrosion, and the equations that have been established, as can be seen in the pictures which I have published about that matter. I learned about evolution of academic thought from ancient history to modern times, from my own experience and from the internet. There is a video, which I will send the link, Science Online. We must understand energy, what it is, and how to measure and control it as efficiently as our own bodies do, hives of bees or hills of termites do. Our own bodies are more energy efficient than any machine we have ever created. We consume food and drink from which our body extracts the energy for movement and the materials to build and repair a complex electrochemical organism in which our consciousness and intellect functions. Competition is a problem in society as it blocks communication that would share knowledge and enhance understanding. People have attached value to knowledge and use it as a possession. It is labelled IP, intellectual property, and has been built into a capital asset. Knowledge is now traded in the capitalist system, and this has enabled moneylenders to control science, engineering, and the advance of comfort, safety, and security. Information and ideas resulting from the study of corrosion control and decomposition are used by politicians as items of monetary value to be controlled. Science and technology have developed their own language and codes that necessitate students to communicate in a way not understood by the community at large. In scientific notation, Greek letters are used in equations, and in technology, words like software architecture and algorithm are used to confuse rather than clarify. In maths, they have invented special numbers to describe ideas that cannot be expressed with widely used numbering systems. Instead of coordinating our understanding, competition has resulted in the science of explosions used to murder and destroy, and no regard is given to the advance of peaceful use of expanding energy that is made available. The problem is that we are functioning under the control of man-made, rules-based order. We must function within the universal laws of nature, and to do this, we must study and learn how energy has been harnessed by organisms during billions of years of evolution. We must be able to apply this understanding for the benefit of the community, including ourselves. The Big Bang is still happening. Time is expansion. The universe is expanding. The existence of electrons, atoms, and molecules proves that the Higgs boson did not bring into existence only a particle that